Good day, welcome back to Alice Customs Tool Bag Tuesday. Today I have for you another item, a sponsored item. It's a Neu Master Rotary Tool Kit, and this is their corded version, 180 watt. The box says 32,000 RPM. The ad on Amazon says 10,000 to 35,000 RPM with 6 speeds. I'm going to trust the box, maybe the ad's got a typo in it or something. They also claim this is for wood carving and routing, glass and metal cutting, stone engraving, surface sanding and polishing. To me, this looks a whole lot like a Dremel type product, and I would imagine that's exactly what we're going to find when we open the box. Kit online claims 166 accessories, and the box says 163 pieces. I'm probably not going to count them either way, but that's what we've got, the Neu Master Rotary Tool Kit. So let's get it opened and see what it looks like. All right. There's a plastic hard case. All right, we got instructions. Probably not going to look at those. Got the tool with a nice long cord. It says it's an 18 gauge cord, so 180 watts, that's probably more than sufficient. And it's got a dial for the speed changes. It goes 1 through 6 with an on-off power switch on the other side. Got a tool kit here. It says accessory kit. And the accessory kit has grinding stones, some drilling and milling cutter bit set, and some abrasive stones. It's got some little cutoff wheels, a little tiny little cutoff saw, some abrasive cutoff wheels. There's I'm guessing that's about an 1/8 inch. It's a sideways cutting bit. A lot of little stones and grinding heads in here. Some little sanding discs, some little polishing discs. Kind of fiber wheel, probably for polishing again. So we need a little arbor, and there it is, 1/8 inch arbor. So we've got the little arbor, a couple of them actually, which is good because, and then we have a wire wheel on the 1/8 inch, and then it looks like a couple wrenches, or maybe just one wrench. So all of the necessary tools to install the stuff. Close that up before I spill it. So it comes with a clear protective guard that would go on over the nose cap here. Just unscrews, put that on, screw the nose cap back on to hold it in place. And then it's got a button for locking the spindle. Then you can use the wrench, the other tools to change the chuck. And the chuck is much like a Jacob's chuck in that it has teeth that are moving in and out. So that's pretty cool. That's different. Most of the time it's just a fixed size, and it has a couple pieces of metal in there that squeeze as you tighten the collar. So I guess it would be called a collet instead of a chuck. So that's a little different. I got another baggie here with some more, looks like maybe some polishing compound and something else. Yeah, some polishing compound and some more abrasive discs. And then we have appears to be a router adapter, depth adapter, so you would take this guard back off, install this piece. So you take off the nose screw, attach this piece. And then you can set the depth of your routing with this fence. And there's a little thumb screw on the side here that you can tighten and loosen. It's got a ruler on part of this so you can kind of get at least a rough idea of how deep your cut's going to be. Well, that's kind of nice. And then what appears to be the last attachment, and in the other units I've ever used, been one of my favorite. So let's take this back off. And now we can open up this chuck. Open the chuck up, works just like your drill, just any hand drill. Once that's on there, then you tighten that in, and the whole cable has to be spun to do it. But it threads onto the end of the tool. And now you have a tool where you can work remotely. Little flex head. Now this does just use a regular standard collet instead of the chuck, like on the other end. And then this is where you would use that, it's a bent piece of round tubing, but you'd use that in this tool, and then the wrench to tighten up that collet. So what I've got here in my vise is just an old washer that has had paint and bed liner and any number of other products on it. And I just want to see, you know, we'll test different speeds, kind of get an idea of what this thing sounds like and what it can do. And so with the adapter, this is how I would end up using this product most often, so that's why I'm testing it this way. It's vibrates pretty good. I don't know that it's any worse than any of the others I've ever tried. The little wire wheel making some pretty good progress there. Now this is on 1. That's 3. 4. It's interesting because even though it says there's 6 speeds, there's a click between the different speeds. So that's 2, 2.5, 3. So there's more like 11 speeds. That's the wire wheel. Does really pretty well. I'm impressed. It's not the quietest tool I've ever used, but certainly nothing wrong with it. Let's see. Let's try something. Here, we've got a drill bit. Let's see if we could drill a hole in this. Now, I don't have a pilot hole or even a divot, but let's just see what it does. It's spinning really fast for a drill bit. It's not running super true. There's a little wobble in there. You can see that wobble. But running on the slowest speed, it's making a dent, but I think really that's just, even at whatever that slowest speed is, I think 10,000 RPM, that's just, I think, way too fast for pretty much any drill bit, but drill bit, and then, you know, usually washers are pretty hard metal. So let's try, here's a grinding bit, or almost looks like a mill bit. Let's see what that does to it. Again, we'll start out on 1. And it's making a pretty good dent. Now in reality, I think you would be using these super high speeds mostly for polishing and sanding, not for trying to cut or grind, especially metal. So let's see. Got a couple stones here. Let's try one of these other stones. See if we can't polish this a little bit. taking some material off. You do run this for a little while. The handle does start to get a little warm. It's not terrible. Let's see, these pink stones are abrasive stones, good for pretty much all materials. And it did a nice job. It took some material off, cleaned it up, smoothed everything out from where I was running those other bits around on it. Wouldn't take very long and I'd be down at least as deep as the drill bit was going. And then the brown stones are supposed to be grinding stones. Again, supposed to be good for all materials. Again, putting out a nice clean finish. It's doing some work. One thing I can say is the handle is starting to warm up pretty good now. You know, so you might find yourself wanting to wear some gloves at some point. Rubber drum there, and you tighten the Phillips head and it squishes that rubber out so that the drum is held in place, the paper drum. I'm not going to take this all the way to a polish, but that has come out very nice just in the few minutes we've been playing with it. I'm very happy with this product. Well guys, I'm impressed for all the accessories you get. My only complaint being that the handle gets warm from that drive running through there. But I would test it without all this, but this is how I would use it. I would have this sitting somewhere and I would be using the flex head so I could get in and do detail work. That's the reason I liked this version. I had choices I could make. They offered me a few different products. This is one of the ones I chose, and I chose it because of the availability of this flex head. They say not to coil it less than 5-inch coil here on this yellow tag that I've been kind of dancing all around trying to keep out of the way. But this is the configuration I would use it in, so that's why we're testing it that way. But I like the fact that it's small and it lets you get in there and do a little detail work. If I have a complaint with it, it's a little noisy. I don't know, compared to other versions, Dremels or anybody else, whether that's a normal noise level. And then the only other thing that I think I would like to see a little better is the run out on this end of this flex is pretty bad. It wobbles quite a bit. Now, it's not keeping it from doing a good quality job. It didn't keep me from making a notch in this, and controlling it. But, I would think that maybe a little better bearing right in here would do that. That also doesn't mean you couldn't use this power head or the cordless version of it and find your own flex head. But this flex head, I had it coiled up double and still working, and I wasn't seeing a reduction in the RPM or any problems, no binding, anything like that. So overall, I'd definitely give this a recommend, a thumbs up. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it probably has some great potential, great opportunities for work here in the shop. And I think I'll probably be investing in an additional accessory kit that would get me some more of the sanding rolls and just probably a little more of everything that came in this kit so that I could do. I think I would find that I'm typically either grinding or sanding more so than doing any kind of polishing. I also don't know how much of the little wire wheels I would actually use, but I was impressed with how much it took off, and I didn't see any damage to the wire wheel. No flying wires everywhere, so even their accessories are a good product. Now, this is made in China, I will let you know that, but overall, thumbs up. Good job, Neu Master. So thanks for sending this out. Glad to make use of it. In the meantime, you guys check it out on Amazon, and it's Neu Master Rotary Tool Kit. 6 speeds, but really there's a half speed between them all, so what is that, 11 speeds or something? So look at it if you're in the market. I could recommend this version. You guys check it out on Amazon. Again, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, all the other YouTube stuff. Links in the description as always. We'll see you again next time on Alice Customs Tool Bag Tuesday.